Today on XPlay, a hedgehog and his wacky friends run really fast in Sonic Heroes. America's game gets an upgrade in All-Star Baseball 2005. And meeting nice people in Fallout Brotherhood of Steel.
Could you help me find Mr. Pussy?
It's, game time. Because you haven't been through enough, it's Adam Setzler and Morgan Webb.
Yes, but we are enough. Hello and welcome to XPlay.
On today's show, we have a post-apocalyptic action RPG with hookers. Because apparently people can't get enough prostitution in real life.
I know I can't. On top of that, we have the best soccer game on the market.
And a racing game with some of the best graphics we've ever seen on the Game Boy Advance.
Plus an early look at All-Star Baseball 2005.
And one of these games gets a perfect 5 out of 5. But we kick things off with a video game icon, Sonic.
Over the years, the prolific blue hedgehog, he's spaced his way into our hearts and our minds.
And now he's bringing his entire entourage into his latest game. Here's our review of Sonic Heroes.
Hey, look! It's Sonic!
Sega's latest Hedgehog Fest, Sonic Heroes, is here. And it's got a heck of a catchy theme song. Nothing like some kick and pop rock to get me in the mood for screaming down the road, doing loop-de-loops and flying through the air. And Sonic Heroes delivers. This is the best 3D version so far to capture the frenzied speed of the original 2D game. But you may have noticed that as Sonic whizzes along, he's bringing his old buddies Knuckles and Tails along for the ride. Yes, it's Sonic Heroes, plural. In a pretty much unnecessary twist to the original, you will control not one, not two, but 3 characters simultaneously. Sonic is obviously the speed demon, but he has to rely on Knuckles for the power to beat up enemies and smash through walls. Tails is available whenever you need a little lift or want to swat down airborne enemies, or feel the need to listen to poorly done voiceover.
Eggman's robots are taking control of everything!
Let's find Eggman and show him the real power of teamwork.
This cooperative gameplay is a nice idea, but mostly it only serves to slow down the glorious breakneck pace the game maintains at its best moments. Also available are 3 other teams of heroes. Team Dark is just like Team Sonic, except with slightly harder levels. Team Rose has easier levels. Almost insultingly easy levels.
These things lined up here are what we call rings!
Look, if you need the concept of collecting rings explained to you, you're either blind, lobotomized, or still hidden under the rock. Hopefully all 3.
Come on, boys. Let's go.
Team Chaotix's job is to run around collecting hermit crabs and stuff, and, well...
It's here! We've got work!
Yeah, these guys haven't seen the light of day since Knuckles Chaotix for the Sega 32X. Which begs the question, why are they in this game? Do we really need 12 starring characters in a Sonic game? I say no. I just want Sonic. Just Sonic! Just have him run around really fast with an occasional jump. That's all I need. I don't need Knuckles whacking the crap out of robots. I don't need Tails flying from platform to platform. And I certainly don't need to stop, push a lever, and stand there waiting for the door to open before I can get back to the fun running around part. There are moments where the teamwork scheme does work, as you flow from character to character, leaving a trail of destruction in your wake. But too often, you have to stop for an instant and figure out who to switch to. That instant of stop, which might not even be noticeable in another game, totally disrupts what could have been an amazing game. And that's what's most disappointing. At its pure core, Sonic Heroes is by far the best 3D version of the series. If the developers had just left that pure core alone, instead of tacking on flying and fighting and 11 characters nobody really cares about, it could have been truly breathtaking. Unfortunately, we could only give Sonic Heroes a 3 out of 5.
All right!
A lot of people complained that the previous Sonic games lacked the high-speed action that put the blue guy on the map. Well, the high speed is back, but the character swapping makes it really hard to enjoy.
I don't like to swap. characters or swap meets. Sega may not have made the perfect 3D Sonic title yet, but at least there's no fishing game in this one.
And now we move from the whimsical and kid-friendly to the dark and adult-oriented.
Now, as many of you know, 1997's Fallout for the PC is one of my favorite RPGs of all time. Now, Interplay's post-apocalyptic series is making its way into the PS2, and it's in a very different form from the previous Fallout games.
Yeah, this one's more like Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance set in the Fallout universe.
Here's a review of Fallout: Brotherhood of Steel.
Ooh, tough.
Yeah.
In the 1950s, we dreamed of a better world.
Fallout Brotherhood of Steel is not an interactive way to respond to the lifting of steel tariffs. It is about violent combat following a nuclear holocaust. As if combat would somehow get more gentle following the eradication of humans as a viable species. While the original games play like traditional turn-based RPGs, Brotherhood of Steel is far more action-oriented. Whacking away on the buttons means you're whacking on the enemies. Though you are whacking at them from an odd perspective. Your neck may hurt for a little bit, but it is effective to size up your enemies from all directions. Jumping over the traditional glowing green pools of toxic evil is another matter. The game is set up to be easy to play. You pick one of three nearly interchangeable heroes, and throughout the game you'll earn cash for weapons and armor, whose power is quick and easy to determine. It's when you use your implements of piecemeal futuristic death that the game begins to have issues. It's a button-mashing affair, and one that becomes rather repetitive. And guess what? It's the heart of the game. What's worse is that a lot of missions require you to clear out an area of nasties, and you can't proceed until they're all neutralized. It's nice and frustrating when you spend 15 minutes looking for the last one who's squirreled away in some rotting corner. And about those enemies, there's a lot of bad guys who are mean, homicidal bad guys and obvious effect of radiation. But it's also had an effect on the animal life. There's giant scorpions. And get this, it's really neat. The rats are giant too. I know, it's something, isn't it? So what I've learned from the game is that vermin, after a nuclear war, they get bigger. You with me? Vermin plus nukes get bigger. But thankfully, the people are still nice folk.
Hey, stranger. I was wondering, could you help me find Mr. Pussy?
With charming problems.
My cat, Mr. Pussy. I haven't seen him in days.
For fans of the Fallout series, this game is a disappointment. Yet Fallout Brotherhood of Steel is a simple and simple-minded game that proves to be a curiously compelling time killer. But is little more than that.
Want a party?
We give it a 3 out of 5.
All right, big boy.
Wow. I wonder if she ever found her cat.
I was probably getting chased by one of the giant rats. You know, it's really good to know that this industry hasn't gotten so big on itself that it's going to give up on those classic go find the cat for the harlot side quests.
Coming up, kicking it new school. In World Soccer, winning 11-7.
I love watching these old shows because we had so much fun putting them together. They gave us so much creative liberty to really just make something fun for ourselves and for the audience, and I just remember the good times that we had.
So do games make people more violent? Or am I just hurting Adam because I can?
Just when you thought it was safe to make a crappy game, it's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to XPlay.
We have the best soccer game on the market, and guess what? It is not made by EA Sports.
It's called World Soccer Winning 11. It's published by Konami, and it is big in Japan.
Like Tom Waits. Japan. Last year's installment was marred by subpar graphics, but this year, they are just about perfect.
And so is the game. Here's a review of World Soccer Winning 11-7.
The passion, the pity, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Apparently the world's wild about soccer. In the United States, soccer enjoys its greatest exposure on the minivan-encircled fields of the local grade school and on your favorite gaming platform. World Soccer Winning 11-7 has found a way to surpass its predecessors and to further retain the crown as the world's best soccer gaming experience. This release can only be expressed in fathoms as its game variants have an incredible depth. And we're not talking about the ability to choose the color of your cleats. A great deal of the game's depth is found in the Master League mode. Here you can trade players, set formations, chide players for staying out late, build teams, you get the idea. Let's face it, the real action's on the pitch, and it comes at you like a Randy Johnson fastball. Game physics are blisteringly accurate and present a realistic challenge for the uninitiated. In most games devoted to soccer, an invisible string binds the ball to its target, making accuracy easier but sidestepping realism. Here, the ball is free as the whistle blows.
It's red. He's being sent off.
You'll curse the fact that you got out of soccer at age 10 and begin fouling the computer's players with a Steven Seagal-like disregard for personal safety.
It's a yellow card. If you're expecting a close encounter, it's a booking.
These refs are a pain in the ass. General ball handling allows for a great sense of control and ability to confuse your opponent. The game drives you towards team play. Passing and scoring opportunities are fun and logical as you work the controller. You are playing the game. It is not playing for you. Graphics receive a welcome facelift, and ball handling and player detail are much more detailed. Stadiums and ambient sound are rich and lively, and if you still find yourself pining for a more realistic soccer experience, you can always change the commentator's language.
Il tuo giudizio su questo gol, Massimo? Che questo mit einem Pass ab nach vorn.
Voici les statistiques de la première mi-temps.
That's more like it. Feel the global obsession now. See why people are willing to kill, loot, and destroy property? Famous players show up on national sides, and their skill abilities are immediately observed. David Beckham, France's Zidane. Some sides are never meant to be matched up, as in this contest with Brazil. Check out those crazy celestial feet. Winning matches enables purchases at the in-game store, though their value may be tough to imagine. Soccer fans, strap up your laces. The guts and glory of the world's most popular sport is here in stunning detail. World Soccer Winning 11-7 drives, shoots, and scores. We give it a 5 out of 5.
And we have the first Game Boy Advance version of Nintendo's only driving franchise.
Now, why should you be excited about this? Polygonal cars on the GBA.
In other words, it looks good for the GBA. Okay, that's a backhanded compliment, but it's a teeny tiny console. There's not a lot for the graphics people to work with.
Here's a review of Top Gear Rally for the GBA.
Did you ever play Top Gear on the Super Nintendo? Well, when I was a kid, I gave Top Gear a spin. 10 years later, Kemco brings back the look and feel of their classic Super Nintendo racing series with Top Gear Rally for the Game Boy Advance. All you pretty boys looking for those detailed, shiny race cars and virtual race babes will have to look elsewhere. Still, serious GBA players should be impressed with the look of this game. Top Gear is one of the first GBA racers to feature the first-person bumper cam view. Just look at how much smoother the game flows when using this view. The racing is easy to get into, and the competition is closer than the toupee on William Shatner's head. Oh. Players will find more tuning options in this game than most other GBA racers.
Top Gear Rally delivers a solid driving experience, but I wanted more. I wanted to feel like I was sliding through the turns, speeding along the countryside with the wind in my face.
Intern!
Yes, sir, Mr. Sassler, sir!
I want you to push me where I tell you to push me. First, get me out of this room.
Okay.
Left. Faster, faster. Go faster. Come on, faster. Faster. Web producer.
Right.
Back to the game. By GBA standards, there are quite a few tracks in a variety of environments, but there are a limited variety of turns. There is the easy turn, the medium turn, and the hard turn, and the long, and hard turn. Many of the classic rally cars can be found here. Top Gear provides enough depth and challenge to keep people from beating it quickly. If you do manage to beat this game, Chemco developers snuck in a few bonus items.
3, 2, 1, go!
Check out my hover car. Look at me flying now. The roadside obstacles are no fun to look at. Bam! Now they're cows. And if that was not enough, check out my RC racer. Overall, this game really delivers some high-octane fun and is very satisfying. Any gearhead with the GBA should consider adding this one to their game collection. XPlay gives Top Gear Rally a road-scorching 4 out of 5.
If you'd like the cheat codes to get the hover car or the cows or any of the other extras, please visit our website.
Cows are great. And you can find that at techtv.com/xplay.
We'll be back.
Up next, walking like you pooped your pants in All-Star Baseball 2005. Rated T14 because Adam still thinks he is one. Here's Adam Zetzler and Morgan Webb.
Well, that way I'll pop up more often on Google searches.
Ew. Ew. Welcome back to XPlay.
When All-Star Baseball first came out on the N64, it was a huge hit.
Well, back then, All-Star had the best gameplay and graphics that anyone had ever seen in a baseball title.
Now, recently, however, the franchise confounded fans by using one of the most difficult batting interfaces anyone has ever seen.
Yeah, you could literally bat for days without hitting the ball once. And if I wanted to do that, I'd play in real life.
Now the batting interface has been reworked just in time for the 2005 installment. Here's our preview of All-Star Baseball 2005.
The bottom line is when you compete, you want to win.
That's Derek Jeter.
I live for this.
The Derek Jeter. What's up? Well, he'll be headlining this year's installment of Acclaim's All-Star Baseball. Excited? Well, you might want to sit down. Good baseball games are hard to come by, and while Acclaim series has been hit and miss over the years, there are plenty of cool features to woo gamers with the 2005 edition. A short list includes creating a player, batting practice, tutorials, a home run derby, stadium flybys, and some fantasy fields. Then there's the extremely comprehensive franchise mode, complete with trade deadlines, injuries, player drafts, contracts, and other fiscal responsibilities. Try saying that 10 times fast. Plus, there are Today in Sports scenarios to play through. Tons of bonus media from famous ball players.
He's a hick.
You should know. Where was I? Oh, yeah. There's even a trivia game to sink your teeth into. However, the crowning achievement for 05 will be the support for Xbox Live. That's right. Now you can bean other players online. Additionally, they've added a few changes to the batting interface. Players will be able to choose from one-button batting, zone batting, batting with the thumbstick, or even stepping up with this newfangled 3D swing. So, no more lame excuses.
That's a strikeout by Vasquez.
On the fielding side, All-Star Baseball 2005 is trying something new. After a hit, the view changes to the intended fielder. You then follow the arrow in the appropriate direction and try to get to the circle of rings before the ball does. Simple as pie. Similarly, a red dot along the outfield wall indicates where you need to go in order to make the stolen home run highlight reel. The players themselves are looking well animated and acting reasonably lifelike.
Hello, everybody. Along with my partner, Steve Lyons, I'm Tom Brenneman.
And rounding out the audio support is the two-man commentary from Steve Lyons and Tom Brenneman.
What a great-looking play right there.
All that said, All-Star Baseball 2005 is shaping up to provide a deep and realistic baseball experience for fans. The game is due for release March 2nd, 2004. So, hungry fans are only 1, 2, 2.5, 3 strikes away from the old ball game.
That's a strikeout by Reader.
I'm such a singer.
Yes, you are. Well, on today's show, we've had baseball,
hookers,
and giant rats.
But what would make the show complete?
By viewer mail, of course.
You're right.
Yes. Yeah.
And today's viewer mail is from Raven.
Ooh, like Raven Simone from The Cosby Show.
Or Raven from Metal Gear Solid. Either way, you know, he...
Or she writes, the game Gran Turismo 4 was supposed to come out last month, but I have yet to see it on store shelves. Could you please tell me when it's supposed to come out? Thanks. She's so nice. Raven. As of now, the developers of Gran Turismo 4, Polyphony Studios, released a preview disc in Japan, but the US release date has been delayed again. Right now, you're looking at June of 2004 at the earliest.
Yeah, it's the funny thing with games.
Yeah.
A lot of times, the publishers promise a release date.
Oh, Doom 3?
But then, titles get delayed.
Half-Life 2?
For more information, you can visit our website.
techtv.com/xplay.
You don't have to do the coughing mutter thing.
Oh, okay, fine. That would be techtv.com/xplay.
Well, so much more clear now.
Yes, that's
And you can find all sorts of interesting things on that website.
Anime porn.
And we have naked cheat from Max Payne 2.
Are you okay there?
Yeah. Porn. See, it gets something like
Right. You're a little embarrassed.
A little bit. So anyway, and you can also see the reviews for everything on the show. Plus, we have our message boards where you can share your thoughts. You just need to have thoughts if you're going to share them. That's the most important part.
Yes, that was beautiful. All right, good night and take care. You gonna play a game?
Yeah.
Get it.